Well, folks, it's official. The 2024 election just got a whole lot more interesting. Kamala Harris, our esteemed vice president, has made her choice for a running mate, and it's none other than Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. The announcement shook things up in Washington, sending pundits scrambling for their microphones and leaving political analysts with their heads spinning. Walz? Really? That seemed to be the general sentiment echoing through the halls of power. But let me tell you, folks, there's more to this pick than meets the eye. Kamala Harris is a smart cookie, and she doesn't just pick someone out of a hat. There's a strategy at play here, a calculated move to secure a path to victory. And who better to help navigate that path than a man who knows the heartland like the back of his hand? Tim Walz, a son of the Midwest, is about to step onto the national stage. Buckle up, America, it's gonna be a wild ride. Now, some of you might be wondering, who is this Tim Walz fella anyway? Well, let me break it down for you. This guy's got a resume longer than a CVS receipt, and it's filled with experiences that resonate with everyday Americans. Before he donned the suit and tie of a politician, Tim Walz walked the hallowed halls of a high school, not as a principal, but as a teacher. That's right, he's been on the front lines of education, shaping young minds and inspiring future generations. But wait, there's more. This guy also served our country in the Army National Guard, rising to the rank of Command Sergeant Major. He knows what it means to serve, to sacrifice, to put others before himself. And as if that wasn't enough, he then went on to serve as a congressman, and now the governor of Minnesota. Talk about a well-rounded individual. This is a man who understands the needs of everyday folks, who's walked in their shoes, who's felt their struggles. So, the question on everyone's mind is why? Why Tim Walz? What makes him the chosen one to stand beside Kamala Harris as she fights for the soul of America? Well, for starters, there's that whole Midwest charm thing going on. We're talking heartland values, folks. Walz is a guy who can connect with voters in those crucial swing states, those battlegrounds that often decide the fate of our nation. He's a moderate voice in a time of increasing polarization, someone who can build bridges and bring people together. Harris, a known progressive, is sending a clear message with this pick unity, pragmatism, and a focus on the issues that matter most to Americans. And let's not forget the chemistry, folks. Word on the street is that Harris and Walz hit it off like a house on fire. They share a vision for the future, a common ground on the issues, and a genuine rapport that voters can't help but respond to. Now let's talk about the man himself. Tim Walz is more than just a running mate. He's a leader with a vision, a man with his own set of beliefs and a passion for making a difference. He's a staunch advocate for education, believing that every child, regardless of background, deserves access to quality learning. He's fought for affordable healthcare, understanding that access to healthcare is a right, not a privilege. And let's not forget about his commitment to our veterans. Walz knows firsthand the sacrifices they make, and he's dedicated to ensuring they receive the support and care they deserve. This is a man who leads with compassion, who governs with empathy, and who believes in the power of government to make a positive impact on people's lives. As you can imagine, the reactions to Walz's selection have been about as diverse as a bag of trail mix. Democrats are energized, seeing him as a safe but strategic choice, a steady hand who can help steer the ship to victory.
Republicans, on the other hand, are putting on a brave face, trying to downplay his significance while simultaneously scrambling to dig up dirt on the guy. But let's be real, they're secretly sweating bullets.
The pundits, well, they're having a field day, as usual. They're dissecting every speech, analyzing every handshake, and trying to predict how this pick will play out in the Electoral College. It's enough to make your head spin.
But you know what? Amidst all the noise and chaos, one thing is clear. Tim Walz's selection has shaken things up, injected a dose of unpredictability into the race, and left everyone wondering, what's next?
So, what does it all mean? What impact will Tim Walz have on the 2024 election? Well, folks, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? One thing's for sure. He brings a lot to the table. His Midwest roots, his experience in government, his moderate stance, and his genuine likability make him a formidable force to be reckoned with. He has the potential to swing those crucial Midwestern states, to energize the Democratic base, and to appeal to moderate voters who are turned off by the extremes of both parties. But the road to the White House is long and winding, and there are many obstacles ahead. The Republicans won't go down without a fight, and they'll be throwing everything they've got at Harris and Walz. It's going to be a battle of ideas, a clash of visions, and a test of the very soul of America. And in the heart of it all stands Tim Walz, a man who embodies the hopes and dreams of a nation yearning for unity, progress, and a brighter future.